You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. That was the Flying Burrito Brothers, live, High Fashion Queen. Then we had the J. Giles Band, Hard Driving Man. And then before that, 10 years after, from Woodstock, Going Home. And we're here with my guest, Devin Allman Duane Betts.
Hey, hey.
How are you?
Jonesy.
Wonderful.
Good
Thanks
to
for
see
having
you.
us.
Thanks for coming by.
Of course.
And Johnny on guitar. And,
Yeah.
and Scott on his,
Got R. Scott back here on the
what do they call them
percussion.
boxes?
A cajon.
Cajonas.
Yeah, it's kind of, it is kind of that.
He's the cojones of the band.
He's the cojones.
Is that, yeah, what is that? What's that? I don't even know what that means. I mean, what does cajon mean? Is that a Spanish name?
Spanish for box.
Okay. Jones's cajon box. Jones's
Jonesy's
cajon.
cojones.
Got it.
Love it.
So you just finished a new album to be released in the spring, recorded at Muscle Shoals. That's in that's down south, isn't it?
Alabama.
Yeah. What was that like? Does it have the vibe in that place? I've seen the documentary.
Boy,
No,
does
you,
it.
yeah, like you hear about the vibe and, you know, you read about it and you see the documentary, but when you walk in the doors, it hits you. It really, truly does. All the history, all the magic. I think it just allows you to get into a place where it's only about the music, it's only about the feel and the groove. And we just, I mean, time stopped, right? I mean, like, time just stops.
Does it really do that, or you just, because of the
No.
history, you know it's the history?
I don't know. It just seemed like we went in there, and before you knew it, we were there for a week, and we had 9 songs, and we were like, really sad to be going. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It was that type of a place where it's kind of overwhelming, but it's not. There's no intimidation
Yeah.
about it. It's just kind of like you're just surrounded by so much history. I mean, they recorded
It lifts
Wild
you up.
horses there,
It
so.
really, it just lifts you. It's
Yeah.
like you're in a place where so many good things happen
Yeah.
that you want to contribute good
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it always booked? Is it hard to get in there?
No.
Or it's not?
No, the last record that was made at Muscle Shoals was 5 or 6 years ago. It was a Black Keys.
So it's empty a lot of the time?
Yeah, no, they don't allow
It's a
people.
museum.
It's a
during the
museum.
day.
Oh, it is?
It's a museum, and so we had some specialists go in a few days before and tweak out. We did the record on 2-inch analog tape,
Yeah.
which was really cool.
Yeah.
And so we had some specialists go in and tweak the tape machine and the API console, which is also from like 68
Was it
or
a
something.
Neve? What is it?
It was API.
Yeah.
API.
So they don't have all that other stuff as well in there? You know.
The Pro Tools, all
Yeah.
the bullshit. No.
Uh-oh.
No
He
computer.
swore.
I'm sorry.
Naughty boy.
Sorry about
But yeah,
that.
they don't use that in there as well?
Well, no, they actually do. So the last couple recordings, including the Black Keys, because I asked the same question. I said, well, you know, did the Black Keys do it to 2-inch? And they said no, they did it to Pro Tools. So they were actually really pleased that we decided to go old school and pure with the 2-inch.
Yeah, so there's none of that slick editing or whatever, 1,000 tracks.
We had to rewind every time we
Yeah.
wanted to, like, yeah, it was cool.
Is it cool? Is it like
It is. It's
a
no,
bit long?
No,
It was
no,
a lot
it was
of live.
actually
It was
cool.
a lot of live takes. You know, we
Yeah.
were getting performances. I mean, we did. Both Johnny and I. You know, I mean, we had stuff on there, guitar solos and stuff that we were sure that we were going to go back and recut, and we could have done a much better job. And then a day would go by, we'd work on another song, and we'd listen to it again, and we'd be like, you know what, that's the performance. And
We had to talk Johnny into, I think it was 2 or 3 solos where it was like, dude, yeah, you know, you might be able to rip this, but like when you cut it live with the band, you were just playing with
yeah,
the
and it's
band.
that moment. If it's the vulnerability of maybe you're kind of working your way, tiptoeing around the chords, getting comfortable with it, you
Yeah.
know. But if the band really hit it and that's what it was at that moment,
Well,
then
that's-
it's better to leave it as that. you
That's
know?
what it boils down to as well. Is we have serious cats in this band.
Yeah.
Like we were able to capture those songs.
Is this all of you, the 4 of you?
No, we have 3 others actually.
Who's doing what?
John Lum on drums. We have John Ginty on B3. He plays a
Hammond.
full-size Hammond B3.
Yeah.
And then we have Barry Oakley Jr., the son of the original Allman Brothers bass player, on bass.
Ah.
Yeah.
So,
7-piece band.
okay. So when you cut it, you do it all live, and you ain't doing overdubs.
Some.
The overdubs were like,
What about vocals? You doing that live too? No.
some were,
Yeah.
actually.
I went back
which-
and recut most of mine.
Yeah, I think I recut probably over half
You
of
cut
mine.
some.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some that he had just sounded really tired, and there is like
Yeah, it's like
and
2 in the
it
morning.
was perfect for that song.
Yeah.
You know the deal.
Yeah.
It's like to go recut it. It's like,
So all in all, I think we could safely say that 75% of the record was completely live. And then 25% was just going back and maybe tightening up a
Yeah.
vocal or doing a little bass fixie really quick or like a better guitar
Yeah,
tone on
yeah.
it.
A lot of times, if there was an overdub, it wasn't to fix anything. It was to maybe add a little part or something.
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah. We did a little of that. But
Okay.
it was.
So when are we going to hear this?
April. We're gonna drop it
April?
in April. Yeah.
You have a record deal?
Well, there's.
You don't
it's
need
such
them
a,
these
well,
days.
exactly. It's such a different landscape these days. We have about 5 labels that are sniffing around, and
Yeah.
well, this is a new band too.
yeah.
I mean, we haven't even.
if they make an offer that we like, then we'll find a home. If not, we'll put it out ourselves.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that either.
I mean, I don't know what is the best way to go these days, to be honest with you.
It's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah, and especially rattle companies. I mean,
But we already have a good fan base and a good audience, and
Yeah.
they're waiting for the record, and they don't care.
And Matt-
They don't care if it's on Sony Records or our label or your label or they just want the music.
yeah.
And we had a really cool producer, Matt Ross Spang. He's worked with, he did Jason Isbell and Margot Price and
Al
John
Green.
Klein. He just did Al Green. I mean, he's a young
And he's
young
almost-
cat.
31, and he has 2 Grammys on his mantle. So
Wow.
he's from Memphis. He's worked at Sam Phillips for the last 5 years. He worked at Sun Studios before that. He just got hired by Sony to do 15 unreleased Elvis Presley tracks.
Wow.
This cat's 31 years old.
Is he?
He's a beast.
Is he twiddling the knobs too, or is he just calling the shots?
To a degree, but we had an engineer. We
Yeah.
had 2 engineers that were staffed at Muscle Shoals.
Okay. You're going to kick off a tour, worldwide tour, that will feature new music from there. On the road to blah 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 blah.
I love it. I love it.
Savage.
In honor of the 50th anniversary of the Allman Brothers band.
Yeah, it's crazy that next year is the 50th anniversary.
Now, the Fillmore, you're playing at the Fillmore.
Well, it's kind of confused. I don't want to confuse everything too
Yeah.
much.
That's why
Right.
blah blah blah.
But basically, that band starts in March. We're on tour right now. I'm opening for him. It's his band. Do you want to take this? Devin? Just make
No,
it
I've
short.
got-
Make it short
Um,
and sweet.
No,
Straighten it out.
so what happened was after years and literally decades of Dwayne and I, being bros, and being friends, we decided to go out on tour, and that's what we did this year. He opens the show. He does about 45 minutes. I come out, and then after about 4 songs, he comes up. We only do a couple of our dad's songs. We don't want to, we have our own thing going. But what we did over the course of the tour was we wrote this album. So, and that's why we're here today.
And then so this is the new band.
Yeah.
And,
so
that
we're
band
gonna
starts in
phase
March.
out. We're going to phase out our solo things for a while and join forces. So the Allman Betts band starts in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's got
Confusing.
that. It's not confusing at all. Okay, you're playing December 6th tomorrow at St. Rock in Hermosa Beach.
Cool little room.
Hermosa.
Yep.
And Friday, December 7th. That don't make sense. Oh, yes, it does. At the Ramona Main Stage in San Diego.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure I get
And then
that
that-
right.
We played last night in L.A. We played Terragram Ballroom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool room.
How was it turn out?
It was good.
It was
For
good.
Tuesday night, it was great.
It's good.
It's a good little place.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that
it was
place.
cool. It was cool. And then we're doing on the 8th. You mentioned the Fillmore in
Yeah.
San Francisco. We're doing that. That's
That's
for,
it's our second annual. We're gonna probably do it every year. It's my dad's birthday, so we have a bunch of guest stars. I think we have. I think it's going to end up at the end of the night. It'll be like 21 musicians on stage.
Oh,
we have
no.
Robert Randolph,
Marcus King.
G
What
Love.
nightmare.
It is,
You wanna come?
but in a good way.
No.
You want to come up?
Come
You
on,
don't
man.
need one more.
We'll get a Marshall,
Come
man. No, but we have Robert Randolph, G Love, Marcus King, Cody and Luther Dickinson, Samantha Fish, Barry Oakley, Lamar Williams Jr., Jimmy Hall. I mean, like it's crazy. Yeah.
The Fillmore. Whatever happened to the Winterland? Is that history?
I haven't heard of
In
it.
Call
San-
Chris Samartich, Mr. San Francisco. Shout out to Chris.
Do they
Right.
still have bands there? At Winterland?
I don't know, man. It's been a while since I've heard Winterland.
Yeah. Fillmore, I've always hear that. Should we play some music and when we come back, maybe do a song live? Or
That
do you
would
want to
be-
do it? Do you want to do a song now?
I'll do
Let's
a song
rock it now.
Yeah. If I can remember the words. All right.
This is a great song that Dwayne wrote for the record. It's called Shine.
Shining?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shining. All right,
we
ready?
go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You were high above. The world was down on me. Was it fate or love? You made me believe, and baby, I remember you coming through, and you held me until I could see it too. You got me shining with that love in your eyes. Look at me shining with that sweet love of mine. I was down and out. I couldn't help myself. It was cold and dark. They just wish me well alone. No more. You set me free. Gonna close the door. The man I used to be. You got me shining with that sweet love of mine. Look at me shining with that sweet love of mine. You got me shining with that love in your eyes. Look at me shining with that sweet love of mine. You got me shining with that love in your eyes. You got me shining
and we had the Rolling Stones, Wild Horses, and Allman Betts Band, Shining, live.
That's right.
A new song.
Yeah, baby.
I hope you got it published. Did you? Have you copywritten it yet? I don't think you have.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
stop.
Yeah, I did. That was the first thing I did before I came up with the title. And then I got it copyrighted.
So what else is happening?
You know, we've got a crazy year next year lined up. We're doing a lot of. We can't say all the festivals because they haven't announced yet, but we got a lot of festivals. We have a big European tour planned. The record comes out in April, and we're just really stoked to. I mean, you can have something look good on paper, like an Allman and a Betts in the same band and an Oakley, but it truly has chemistry, and that was kind of the deciding factor this summer. Was like, can we write a song together? Can we merge our styles together? Can we do this and have it really be real and organic? And absolutely, like times 10, like it really worked. And I'm just, this is my brother, and we've got a great band. We've got good cats.
Yeah.
Very
Do
lucky.
you think it's a hindrance, or does it help you being the sons of?
It kind of can bring attention to you, like
Well,
people.
for sure.
People want to see what you have.
You got to back it up.
That's
but
it.
you got to back it up. It gets you to the door, but it doesn't get you in the door.
That's it.
But if you just have to be true to who you are
Yeah.
and just be yourself and not worry about not trying to sound like somebody or trying to sound like somebody. Just do what you do and do it the best you can and just take it.
I've always kind of said it's like the quarterback that goes into the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl will lose.
Right.
The quarterback that goes into the Super Bowl to win the football game will win.
Yeah.
And that's the approach. It's like, do the work, and if it sounds a little bit like your family, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And the people, the people that want to love it and want to support it will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just try to take the mind out of it,
Well, you're playing tomorrow at St. Rock in Hermosa Beach,
Yes.
and then Friday at Ramona Main Stage in San Diego. And what time you go? Is it are they clubs? They sound like
I
clubs.
think it's
Yeah, St.
typical.
Rock.
I think Dwayne's at 8. We're,
Well, he's asking if it's a club.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
St. Rock is.
But you
is-
go on around the usual time.
Yeah.
8 and 9. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to visit the Duke, and when we come back, you're going to do another live song.
Love to.
We are.
Devin Allman and Duane Betts, son of Gregg Allman and Dickey Betts, and Johnny
And Scott.
and Scott on drums.
Johnny.
on his
Statula.
bolero. What do they call them? I forgot. Cajones. That's it. Cajon. We'll see you in a minute.
KLOS HD1 Los Angeles.
I can tell you now, you've been feeling down. Just go down to the river now. You have lost your way, staring off into space. Just go down to the river and pray. Woo-hoo. 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 I can tell you're lost. You forget the cost. Just go down to the river now. Sometimes you need to break away. Oh yeah. Just get on your own and break away. Oh child, Sometimes you need to break away, oh child. Get on your own and break away, oh yeah. Use a moon to guide you far when all alone shines upon a river. You'll never be alone. Down by the river, down to the river. Down to 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 the river, down to the river. Wonderful.
Gracias.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Devin Allman Duane Betts. That was off their new album that's coming out soon.
Yes, sir.
And that was recorded at Marshall Schultz. That was definitely had some Al Green inspiration there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Big R&B fan myself. Al Green, Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah.
And then the other side of the spectrum is like Iron Maiden and Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's balance is
it's
everything.
all good. It's all good. Let me give you a plug again. You're playing tomorrow at St. Roch in Hermosa Beach.
Yes, sir.
And then Friday, the 7th, at Ramona Main Stage in San Diego. So growing up then, as a kid, I mean, did you just listen to whatever your pops was playing?
Well, you know, I didn't meet my dad. I didn't meet him till I was 16. So music was an organic love affair that started age 5 with
So what was you listening to then when you...
Beatles. Rubber Soul was the first thing.
Yeah.
And then Wings. I got into Wings really hard. And then Iron Maiden, Rolling Stones, Hendrix, Steely Dan.
Yeah.
All the things that were like kind of hitting late 70s on the radio.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Sex Pistols was something that I had.
Never
that
heard of
record.
them.
They were rubbish. Guitar
I
players.
like them except the
Guitar
guitar
player was
player.
horrible, right?
No. I remember going to Disney World, and actually Devin's brother Elijah, who you know,
Yeah.
would have these mixtapes, and he'd have everything from, the Doors to the Cure,
Yep.
to the Sex Pistols.
Sounds about
And I
right.
remember learning some of those licks
It's so
at a really
easy.
young age. I love your playing, man.
Yeah, man.
I'd
I've
only
always
been
been a
playing.
big fan of your playing.
Thank you. I'd only been playing a year before we did that record.
That's so punk rock.
Wait, you what?
I'd only been playing a year.
Oh, you'd only been playing a year.
A year.
That's so great.
Well, great.
I had no
Sounds-
idea.
You know, speed has
You learned in 1 year what you
would have took
Would've
me
taken
5
me-
years.
yeah.
That was Duane Allman's trick.
Really?
Yes, it's documented.
Focus.
He took speed for 6 months and learned slide guitar.
Yeah.
well, he had some.
I took a longer route.
A little healthier.
Focus, man. I had that ADT.
But yeah, I mean, growing up in my house, my dad listened to. There's a lot of Hank Williams, and
Do you like old school country? I love
I do. Yeah.
Merle. Merle's I'm
Yeah,
a
I
big
like
fan
Merle.
of.
I like Waylon. I like Billy Joe Shaver is a real fine songwriter. That he wrote most of the stuff on Honky Tonk Heroes.
Yeah.
I think Waylon sings. It's kind of hard to deny Waylon when he does those songs. It's better.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
to say that to
yeah.
Billy Joe, but
Yeah.
Waylon just had such a thing about delivering the song. But a lot of those songs are Billy Joe's songs, and and he's a good family friend, friend of my dad's. So.
Are you pals with Shooter?
I know we know
Yep.
Shooter. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've known Shooter a long time.
Done a lot of shows. Done a lot of shows with Shooter, and Lucas, of course.
Yeah.
They actually kind of they put us on a lot of the same bills, kind of like a second generation evening with.
Yeah.
And it, maybe at first it hits you as kind of corny, but like it's really really cool.
Yeah.
It turns out being great, and we jam together.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of love between all the.
I wonder if Elijah knows you're on here.
Elijah's in New York.
He's in New
Cher had a Broadway show
Oh, that's
open
right.
up. Yeah, so
Did
he
she-
went up to support her.
Didn't she win something?
She won a lot of things.
Probably.
I
But
saw somewhere on Laurie's. I watched on Laurie's
okay.
Instagram. She was getting an award or something. I don't know. I can't keep
I
up.
think she was, yeah, because
Yeah.
my mom was with her, and
Yeah.
I, with the gram,
Yeah.
you kind of can keep
The
up with
gram.
stuff that you might not know of otherwise.
the gram. It's like the new
That's
like
the word.
HBO, right?
That's the
Like-
slick word.
Yeah.
All about the gram. We're going to play some Allman Brothers Band, One Way Out, live at the Fillmore. Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS, with my guests Devin Allman and Duane Betts. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. That was Wings, Let Me Roll It. Before that was the Allman Brothers Band, One Way Out, live from the Fillmore. And before that was the Allman Betts Band, live in the studio, a new track called Down to the River.
Yes, sir.
Who else is going to be playing on your album that's finished?
I mean, it's our band, but we did have a special guest on a song called "Good Old Days." That is Chuck Leavell from the Rolling Stones, also a member of the Allman Brothers Band back in the day.
Yeah. Have you met any of the Rolling Stones?
Never have, and would absolutely be.
No, I
Beside
had to think
myself,
about it,
yeah.
and
I mean, Chuck.
sadly, the answer is no.
But Chuck's like family. But we're hoping maybe this year that we get to hang out.
I'm a big. I mean, I love the Stones, obviously, but I love Keith, man. Keith is just like he's.
Keith who?
Keith is officially on probably. I think everyone in our band's bucket list is a handshake from Keith would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. If you had to pick a band, would it be the Rolling Stones or the Beatles if you had to pick
Stones.
a band?
Stones.
Yeah,
Stones.
I'm with you.
And that's no diss to the Beatles.
Scott?
And it would have been the Beatles anymore. It'd have to be the Stones.
Okay. I'm with you. I mean, I always play the Stones. I very rarely play the Beatles on the show. Not that they're obviously...
Yeah, it's no diss. I mean, their songs are timeless. I think the Stones have teeth, and
Teeth Richards.
teeth Richard. There you go.
It's the blues.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
we like. I mean, I think it's safe to say we all
Of
like
course.
Love
both
both.
bands.
Yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
both.
Of
I
course.
mean,
If you have to pick.
If you had to pick.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much.
That was great. You sounded great.
Thank you.
thank you,
you know,
thank
you-
Jonesy.
You just set up here a couple of mics and it sounded wonderful.
Fantastic.
Good luck on the road
Thank you so much.
next year. And we're going to visit the Duke when we come back. A little bit more rock and roll.
Power, passion,